Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Beasty, and welcome back to the channel. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a question for you, the viewer. Are you a fan of hot dogs, wieners, footlongs, hot dogs, the stuff that Americans like to eat? I must admit, I kind of like my hot dogs, my weenies, my footlongs, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If I say it like that, then everybody's thinking of a penis. So there we go. We got it out of the way. Footlongs, weenies, hot dogs, penises. We're all thinking it, okay? But today we are going to be watching a video called How It's Made Hot Dogs. If you're like me, I've been a fan of hot dogs for a long ass time. I mean, my best memories were us chilling in the backyard after a giant family fight, and yeah, our family's a little dysfunctional, but after a fight, a little bit of bloodshed and some broken windows, we'd go out back, we'd lay outside, Dad cook up some hot dogs, some weenies, some penises on the grill. Oh man, the thought of a penis on a grill. Oh! Basically, I remember having hot dogs on a, hot summer's day with chips and barbecue sauce and, maybe a cold drink outside summertime. All that stuff goes together. A lot of people are like, oh, you see what hot dogs are? You see how they're made, where they come from? You're not gonna wanna eat them. Listen, I eat animals, okay? I eat meat. Meat is the pieces of a corpse of an animal. I don't care. I'm nasty. I'll eat that type of shiz. I'm not gonna become vegan just because I see, hot dogs are made from a sheep's ass, or, oh, cow tongues are in it with rat feet. Like, I don't care. If it tastes good, I'm gonna eat it. But without any further ado, the AC is off. I'm gonna die. Also, if you want to sub to my gaming channel, link in the description. Go sub it up. Having a lot of fun over there. But 3, 2, 1, penises.
Hot dogs are an all-American fare, but most likely it was German sausage makers who first...
Get up close for that nice hot dog porn. Nothing I like better than a good hot dog up close and personal in HD. Sorry, I don't know why I'm thinking of hot dogs and penises together.
There are reports of German immigrants selling them from push carts in New York's Bowery as far back as the 1860s. A century and a half later, hot dogs are still the #1 treat on the street.
Okay, hold up. He said the #1 treat on the streets. Every say, The thought of hot dogs being a treat, I don't know. The wording, it's kind of messing with my head.
Traditional hot dogs are made from a mix of pork, beef, and chicken.
All right, so pork, beef, and chicken. That's how hot dogs make. That's it. Video's over. Nothing else to see. Nothing gross or weird. Pork, beef, and chicken. That's it. Oh man, I'm gonna go make one right now. You know what? I have a feeling it's gonna get bad really quickly.
The cuts they start with are called trimmings, pieces of meat left over from cutting steaks or pork chops.
Okay, all right, that's one thing when you get a piece of chicken or some ground beef in a package and it's got some colorful art on it, and it says $2.99 when it should be $1.99, but this is just raw, cut up pieces in a vat. I don't know why, but I'm getting this vibe when I'm looking at this image here of like the flesh off the back of a zombie or something. It's just so disturbing. I think I might go vegan after this. It's just like, it's so gross. I'm joking, obviously. Are you that stupid? I'm not gonna...
The trimmings are ground the same way.
The machine in the corner, it looks like it's taking a dump. It looks like it's pooping out worms from its anus or something.
They're ground the same way butchers chop up hamburger meat, by pushing the cuts through grated metal plates.
Oh, that's so disturbing! That is so disturbing! Yeah, well, don't you know that's so satisfying? If you don't know, there's this weird fad, this fetish people have on the internet of seeing things squeezed out of a tube. You think I'm lying? Believe it or not, there's actually a group of people that find this image right here satisfying. We are doomed.
Processed chicken trimmings are added to the ground meat, followed by food starch, salt, and other flavorings. These flavorings vary depending on where the hot dogs are to be sold, because people in different regions have different tastes.
Hold up. At this point, it's like mixing concrete. This isn't a hot dog. I thought a hot dog was just like the last step they left off. They mix the meat together in a blender and then out, the machine poops out hot dogs or something. They're adding a bunch of ingredients and stuff. It's like at this point, they're mixing concrete in a giant vat. It's so weird. I guarantee you that not one person in this entire place eats hot dogs because they see where it comes from. Oh my god, yeah, look at that, it's open air and everything. Imagine somebody could just take a fat piss right in that giant thing of hot dog mix. If you can even call it mix. More like a little swamp of hot dog jizz or something. And then they're gonna poop it out of another machine and then, oh, here's a fresh hot dog.
Water is sprayed into the mix, and everything is blended together in a big vat.
No, I can't. I can't. No way. No. Why did you make this? Like, why did you film this? Nobody needs to see this. It's like a steak. Oh, steaks are big and thick and juicy and tasty. But then you see, you know, some guy with a butcher's knife cleaving off fat around an animal's anus or something. You're like, okay, I'm not in the mood for animal meat right now.
Corn syrup adds a dash of sweetness.
That's actually disgusting! That is disgusting! Look at that image! That looks like somebody's puke! You can see little chunks in the bottom right-hand corner, and then there's like foamy, vomitous water.
The addition of even more water helps to disperse the ingredients and make the hot dogs juicier.
You know, it's really weird, and I probably shouldn't even say what I'm thinking right now, but if you look at this image right here, this giant tub full of hot dog stuff, I'm thinking in the back of my mind, again, it's probably just me, but what would it feel like to get ass naked and then jump into that tub of hot dog stuff? It'd be really weird because it's a liquid, but then at the same time you're thinking, oh, wait a minute, this is animal meat. It's just like, I'm sorry.
Another machine then purees the meat batter into a fine emulsion.
That was nothing but poop. That was, what? Hold up a minute, hold up.
The addition of even more water helps to disperse the ingredients and make the hot dogs juicier. Another machine then purees the meat batter into a fine...
That is not hot dogs. That is not hot dog stuff. There's no way. Look, the end of the tube is all crusty and gross looking. Is this where hot dogs come from? You know where that pipe is attached to? At the other end is an animal's ass or something. They stuck the pipe right into a cow that's been holding back some really juicy diarrhea. Hot dogs are animal diarrhea. Who would have ever guessed hot dogs are animal diarrhea?
Long rolls of cellulose tubing are loaded into the stuffing machine. It pumps the meat puree into these casings, twisting it every 5 1/4.
Shout out to Pamela liking juicy cocks, hot dogs. You can tell right there at those big old hands, she's ready to just grasp a nice juicy wiener.
3 of those hot dog chains are linked together to make an even longer string, and they're loaded several at a time into another machine, which drapes the hot dogs onto moving racks. The process is carefully timed.
All right, this looks like what you would get, you know, if you went down to Walmart or somewhere, your supermarket, and bought some hot dogs. That's nice reddish meat, but what we saw pooping out of that little pipe, that was not reddish meat, that was brown turd. I feel like they skipped a process here, like something that's not sanitary or something that we don't want to see that would really ruin it for us. They're missing something here.
Hot out of the oven, these franks are drenched in cold, salty water to chill them in preparation for packaging. The hot dogs then file down to an unloading zone.
I just wonder, in all of this time and process, how many flies flew into that meat material, that gunk that's supposedly hot dog stuff. Like, how many guys jizzed on their hands and then wiped their hands all over the batter? Or how many hairs got in the hot dogs? Or I heard rats one time got into a mix of hot dog batter before they made hot dogs. Like, how many nasty things happen, you know? Like, they always say in those food places like McDonald's, they spit on your food if you're mean or something. How many of these guys work here and they're like, you know what? It's a secret, but I took a fat dump in the hot dog batter one time. One time I took a fat dump in the hot dog batter, or like, they peed in it or something. Like, how many hot dogs have you had that had fecal matter in it or a fly or something like that? This is a giant open process from start to finish. I mean, it's open air. There's people touching it. There's machines that have gunk on the side. It's just like, how many of these hot dogs, before they get to the actual supermarket, have been exposed to pee or poop or flies or bacteria floating around in the air or something? When I think of hot dogs, I think of, like, I don't know, just a closed machine loop where no human touches it or it's not exposed to air. I don't know why that's what I thought, but this is so different.
Inside the peeler machine, a tiny knife slits each casing along the top. Then, steamy air blows the casings right off the dogs.
It's really disturbing how he's calling these dogs. Like, I don't want to think about the fact this has pork, beef, and chicken on the inside, and then think, oh yeah, it's got animal parts in there that shouldn't be there, like dog meat, for example. How many phytos went into that batter? What if hot dogs is an inside joke with meat manufacturers? They're like, oh yeah, everyone thinks it's pork, beef, and chicken, and then we call them hot dogs and nobody questions it. Actually, we have a connection with the pound, and when they execute or put to sleep their dogs they don't need anymore, we just go over there and help ourselves to the dumpster with the dog corpses. What if this is nothing but a giant inside joke?
An inspector makes sure the casing has been completely removed and that there are no defects in the dogs. Then, it's into a device that looks like a plastic bicycle chain. The sprockets position the hot dogs for packaging.
There's a lot of touching and feeling and holding on to hot dogs before they get there, isn't there? There's so much touching and feeling with these hot dogs by multiple sources before they get there. There's no way they could clean every one of these machines perfectly. If you guys are wondering right now, I am not at all paranoid. I have 100% faith that these guys definitely know what they're doing.
They really do churn them out like sausages. Fire up the grill and a mouth-watering meal is just minutes away.
There we go. That's what I remember now. A nice hot dog on a bun with some chips. But that nasty thing came from a cow's butt and it's covered in germs with rats on the inside. Not really. I'm just joking. It's just so weird though. You look at the hot dog, you're like, oh, this is probably, a blend of meat that's just blended up and then, it's somehow turned into a hot dog for him. You don't really think about all the extra stuff that's involved. Don't get me wrong. I always knew they were a blend of meat, but, in a way, it's actually kind of reassuring to know it's 3 blends of meat. We got pork, we got beef, and we got chicken. That's nice. I'm glad to know it's not cow anus or, something else. It's actual meat. So that's good to know. But, yeah, anyway, that's really weird. Do I think I'll ever stop eating hot dogs? Probably not. Will I eat them as much? Probably. Will I eat them and then think about where they came from? Probably not, because I just don't care. I'm just the type of guy to not care where food comes from. If it doesn't kill me, then I don't care. But yeah, anyway, I'm a bad influence on humanity. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. As you can tell, the AC is off. I cannot wait for winter to be here so I don't have to turn the AC off, just so you don't hear. That's actually how my AC sounds. It sounds like a cow dying slowly, Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am burning up and yeah, peace out. Go have a nice weenie down your throat.